Let me tell you. So I had a partner who was actually working with somebody that I knew. And the person that they were working with would like always be like, oh, like shout out to Amanda, say hi to Amanda, da da da. Like if they were on FaceTime about something, like they would always be like, hey Amanda, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. And I knew that that person though was like playing my partner. They were playing them. And I felt like they weren't really like showing up the way they needed to. And so I would have like my little slick shit that I would say. And I'd be like, now, you supposed to, da, 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 or, how y'all not, blah, 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 blah. And my partner at the time was like, I don't like when you do that. And I was like, what I do? What? He was like, I just don't like how you like be sliding in like slick shit. Like, I don't need you to advocate for me like that. Like, I don't need you to say that. And I got so offended. And I was just like, I'm just trying to do my best to be a present partner and to show up for you. And he was like, yeah, but that version of showing up for me doesn't actually help me. It actually creates more anxiety for me. And I was like, that's crazy. I don't know how you would say that. Well, I was completely wrong. And that was fucked up of me, because the basic truth is that you get to determine how people advocate for you. You get to say how you want people to show up for you. Now it's on that other person to say like, okay, that just doesn't work for me, or I can't really like get into it that way. If it's something that's going to demean them, or that's going to put them in danger, or something that's going to, diminish their integrity. But if it's not, what is your, what's your argument? What's the conflict? The conflict is your ego. That's the conflict. It's your ego. And so often our ego is in the way of our actual emotional connection with the person. And when we're looking at the difference between showing up and actually finding solutions, we realize that it's our ego that has us much more interested in finding solutions so we can be, the victor in a very like clear-cut way than being the supporter. When I saw people like really talking about how Will Smith had really defended Jada because he went up there and he smacked Chris Rock, I was like, wow, a lot of y'all are still looking at your partners as like the prince slaying the dragon. When to me, the real support, the real showing up for Jada would have been connecting with her on how she's feeling versus going up to the person that you feel is the aggressor and now making it about you. But I realized that, maybe that's my own unique take. But I then I talked to other people and they were like, nope, you're not alone in that, because I am someone who is really at this point focused on, okay, how do we have more emotional intelligence versus all of this like physical violence, etc. How do we actually find ourselves in a more connected fashion with our partners than connecting to the actual hubbub that's going on outside? Because when we are connected, then we can be more effective. It's a practice. It's a practice. And I think a lot of us also are so used to like, we consider our partners somewhat like a parent, that we think they're going to like go to the school and talk to the teacher like a parent would. And it's like, that's not what you're here for. So many of us are really just looking for someone to help us be more stable and finding our own solutions, not looking for someone to find the solution. And I think that that's really what the key is in identifying, okay, if it's me and you, I'm still an individual. I got this, but I just don't want to have to go get this by myself. And that's the showing up part.